What's up, everybody? Josh from Off Brand Horror back with another horror movie review. Today, I'm probably going to piss some people off because we are talking about the classic film 1982's Poltergeist. They're here. Steve Freeling lives with his wife Diane and their 3 children Dana, Robbie, and Carol Ann in Southern California, where he sells houses for the company that built the neighborhood. It starts with just a few odd occurrences such as broken dishes and furniture moving around by itself. However, when he realizes that something truly evil haunts his home, Steve calls in a team of parapsychologists led by Dr. Lesh to help before it's too late. It was extremely boring and dumb. Look, I know that this was like traumatizing to a lot of people when they were children, myself included. I thought I was going to be freaked out last night rewatching it for the first time since being an adult. And it's just dumb. It's just terrible special effects. Lots of lights flashing and he pulls a rope and there's like a skull that comes out of the closet and he's like ooga booga booga. Maybe for its time, but even that is not that great. And can we also acknowledge the weird scene where the workers that are like doing the pool in the backyard hit on a 16-year-old girl? I mean, guys, I realized she was older than that. The actress was probably like in her 20s or something. She was playing a 16-year-old girl, verbatim in the movie. She was 16, and she walks outside. These guys that are doing the pool in the backyard, these workers that are clearly older men, one's like looking at her like through a pipe or something, and they're like, "Ooh, I love you. Look at her. Check her out, man." And the girl just turns and she does like the Macarena or something and then flips them off. And the worst part is the mom, it shows the mom's looking through the window and she's just like and just turns around like, no, not boys will be boys. No, those are men. Those are grown men hitting on your teenage daughter. Why are you just watching? Why was the scene included? Why did we hit on the 16-year-old girl in a movie about ghost? Later in the movie, they're like, "We're gonna go to the Holiday Inn," and the daughter's like, "Which one?" And they say, "This one," and she goes, "Oh, I know that one." And the mom goes, "Why do you know that one?" And she's like, "Oh, what you insinuating?" "Oh, is it because she's having sex? Is that what you're saying?" "Oh, okay, the 16-year-old's having sex. Gotcha. That's what y'all are talking about." Can you check into a hotel when you're like under a certain age? If you're underage, can you check into a hotel? No? So who was she? Let's not talk about it. So anyways, talking about the movie itself, right? It went to 0 to 100 really quick, right? The movie starts, it introduces us to the family. Some pedophiles hit on a teenage girl, and the next thing you know, chairs are moving. They like hop on the table, I think, and they're like, whoa. The mom's there and she's like, these chairs, they hopped on the table. I think it like skips right to like the husband's coming home from work and she like runs outside. She's, you gotta see this. And for some reason he's like dragging a trash can and he won't let go of it. And then he goes in the house. She's like, "Look." And she put a chair on one side of the room and she lets go and the chair like slides to the other side of the room. And she had like painted the kitchen floor for some reason to like show where the chair was gonna slide, as if showing that a chair was sliding on its own wasn't enough. She wanted to show, I know where it's gonna land too. I know where it starts and I know where it lands because I did this a bunch when you were at work. And then she goes, "Look, not only chairs, it takes our little girl too," and she puts the youngest daughter down and she slides across the floor too. That's the first thing that happened. Pretty mild. Weird that you'd put your daughter down there, but pretty mild that chairs are moving, right? So it doesn't slowly build from there. We go from chairs moving to a tree breaking into the house and eating a little boy. Yeah, so that's what we go to. Chairs, tree, okay? Pedophile, chairs, tree is the order of the movie, and then little short woman, "This house is clean," and then false ending, Holiday Inn, been there. Your little girl though, been there. So hold on. Spoiler alert for a movie made in 1982. Movie starts. Pedophile. Chair moves. Tree eats little boy. Little girl gets abducted into the closet. This house is clean. False ending. Holiday Inn. Ghosts are back. Clown attacks little boy. Family almost abducted into the closet. You never moved the bodies, did you? And then it's over. Okay, so that's Poltergeist. And it was terrible. There's a lot of whispering, not a lot of action. There's just a lot of and there, no reason. It's dark in the room, and presumably someone's asleep, but the whole room is talking. You know, like it starts with just a couple, and you think that like, oh, someone's sleeping, and then it shows like the person like on the other side of the room also. I mean, terrible movie. People were like, it's cursed. The movie's cursed because the little girl died in real life, which is super sad. I think they made like 3 of them, and then she passed away. And then the teenage daughter, she was strangled in real life, which is sad too. That doesn't mean the movie's cursed though. You know what I mean? That just means that there's an actual bad person in the world. That doesn't mean that the movie's cursed. It just means that there was someone who murdered her and that a little girl tragically passed away. So let's not connect that to the movie being cursed to get more views on the movie. You know what I mean? Can we not do that? Can we not make their actual tragedy a marketing ploy to watch a bad movie? So let's look at some of the reviews here. Why don't we? Actually, before we look at the reviews, dude, something else about the teenage daughter being hit on by the grown men. When I was looking up that YouTube video so I could post it in here, the comments were all supportive of the scene. Everyone was like, oh, such a great scene. One of my favorite scenes. I love how she flipped him off. Sticking up for herself. That's great. No, it's not great. Old men, little girl. Not great. I'm not going to let this go. Y'all think I can't? To read some of the comments on this video, right? The face she makes when she does it is priceless. Okay. I like how the construction workers laugh at the end, almost as if they are saying, okay, all right, like they respected her for standing up to them. Who gives a shit if a pedophile accepts you, you know? Let's look at the letterboxd reviews. Ely says 3 stars out of 5. I love how their teenage daughter just up and left as soon as the freaky shit started happening, because that would be me. Love the teenage daughter. Easy, Shane. She eats cereal and makes phone calls. So does everyone. Never once has a spooky ghost encounter. Most people don't. She's just at a party while her entire family gets coffin flopped. My rating of Poltergeist is, drumroll please, 1 star. I'm sorry, 1 star. Not great. Keep it in the past where it belongs. Let's move on. See you guys next time for another horror movie review.